The problem with Drybone's Burnout, I feel, is that while there are a plethora of different routes to take, unlike Ninja Hideaway, the alternate routes in Drybone's Burnout don't really feel like they change up the course all too much. In Ninja Hideaway, the alternate routes were literally taking you to different sections of the course. In Drybone's Burnout, every single route kind of just boils down to, okay, well, you're on a rail over here instead of being on a rail over here. It's kind of like the illusion of choice, you know? No matter what rail you take, it all just takes you to the same spot without much visual or gameplay variety. I think this section right here is a perfect example of this. This section is a straight road. No matter which path you take, it'll always be a straight road. Like, there's not much difference between taking the straight road on this path, taking the straight road on the wall, taking the straight road on one of these rails. You could go down here to a different section, but this is also just another straight road. You got this part of the course where you're gliding right into the Drybone's mouth here, and you have two different paths you can take, but none of them feel all too different from each other. The bottom route has a bunch of different optional rails you can take, and the top route has a bunch of optional rails you can take, both of which almost look and play identically since you're not going to be moving on the rails. And I'm honestly kind of doubtful that some of these shortcuts even make you go faster. The main purpose for them would just be trying to get away from the other 23 races on the course. And since Drybone's Burnout is such a narrow track, you will be bumping a lot into the other 23 racers on the course. The main highlight of Drybone's Burnout is easily the theming. I love the combination of the Drybone's aesthetic with the Dia de los Muertos theming. It all goes together so well. I can't believe it took until Mario Odyssey for Nintendo to realize that Drybones and Day of the Dead go together with theming. Drybone's Burnout is a course that I like. I do enjoy racing on it for the most part. I'm just not in love with it like everyone else seems to be. I think the course could have used, like, I don't know, some obstacles or something. Even like some Drybones just walking along on the track. Maybe some lava bubbles coming up on this glider section. Anything to make this course a little more interesting, because as it stands, most of the time spent on this track is just going to be driving along these rails or like driving through narrow hallways. And I mean, hey, there's still enjoyment to be had in driving along rails and narrow hallways. I mean, I ranked the course this high for a reason, but I just wish there was a little more variety in the different paths, either by gameplay or by visuals. Because as it stands, while I do still enjoy Drybone's Burnout, it has a lot of missed potential. I think it could have been a lot better, and I don't think it's anywhere near as good as most people say it is. And if I ever were to remake this list in like a year or so, Drybone's Burnout is definitely one of the courses I could see falling lower on the list, because I'm already starting to get a little burnt out on it.